Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this one. After a hectic night last night in Leeds for the bottom, as we saw Jack Catterall get his revenge. Get his revenge on Josh Taylor in the rematch. 2 years in the making, and Jack Catterall gets the win. And yesterday was more controversy with the start cards. Wasn't controversy with the winner. It wasn't controversy with the winner because I think it was the right winner, in my opinion. Personally, I had it a draw. I actually had it a draw, personally. I thought, what a fight it was. I had it a draw. I think Jack Catterall dominated the first round. I will say the first half of the fight. I will say that. I had it 4-2 to Jack Catterall after 6 rounds. And then it was toss and turn, really, in my opinion, in the second half of the fight. Taylor won 1 round and Catterall won another round. And I don't think Josh Taylor did enough for me. I just don't think Josh Taylor did enough to win, in my opinion. Which I will say, if there was a winner, I would give it to Jack Catterall. So I wouldn't say it's a robbery. I wouldn't say it's controversial, in my opinion. It was a brilliant rematch though. As you see in my notes there, it's so competitive in my eyes. But like I said, I had it a draw personally, but you just knew Catterall would favour the decision and would they on the start cards because of his style, because of the style he fights at. Jack Catterall, he knows how to win. With his style, he knows how to win on points, Jack Catterall. But like I said, I can't argue with people who said Catterall won. That's fair. But it definitely wasn't wide, in my opinion. I think that's why I think the start cards were horrendous, in my opinion. So, but I think it's very hypocritical for Bob Allen, who was key, obviously the promoter of Josh Taylor, to come out or to grab the mic, and say the start cards is corrupt and all that. Start cards are corrupt, but yeah, he said nothing. But this is the same Bob Allen who said nothing in Catterall when Jack Catterall was robbed. In Catterall was robbed of becoming undisputed super lightweight champion. So make your mind up, Bob. Make your mind up. But yes, we're all promoters like that. They just want to protect the fighter. It's all right, Eddie Hearn having a doodle rapper Bob Allen behind him, but Eddie Hearn, he also starts crying when his fighter gets robbed. So all promoters where you have a taste of their own medicine, where you and but it's a massive win. I think the win was more bitter for Jack Catterall for me. People didn't agree with me. People said, no, it's big for both of them. Yeah, it's big for both of them, but Josh Taylor, let's be real, Josh Taylor's already achieved a lot in his career. He's already been an undisputed super lightweight champion, Josh Taylor, and one of the best pound-for-pound fighters out there in the world. So it's now on to Jack Catterall now. Jack Catterall, massive win for Jack Catterall on his resume. Massive win for him on his resume. And now, that win for Jack Catterall should give him a massive fight. Should give him a big fight, in my opinion. I don't think his next fight will be a world title, unfortunately for him, because there's still a lot of mandatories for all the title holders. Like Devin Haney, his mandatory is Sandor Martin. I think that fight is made by Eddie Hearn at some point. Teofimo Lopez's mandatory is Arnold Barbosa Jr. Obviously, Teofimo Lopez face Catterall, does defend his title against the Canadian Catterall, of course. But then it will probably be Barbosa after that. Sabel Mateus, who will be fighting Ian Powell, but you'd expect Sabel Mateus to get the win over Powell. And Mateus's mandatory is Woodson Hitsons. And Isaac Cruz mandatory is Ismael Barroso. So the options are picked out for Catterall are Regis Prograis, Jose Ramirez, and Gustavo Ramos. All dangerous fights, all no muds either. All dangerous fights, all massive fights as well. We saw the problems the Amos caused with some hits-ins. Jose Ramirez and Regis Prograis, who have both been in with Josh Taylor. That's why I picked both of them out. See if Jack Catterall can do better than Josh Taylor at beating Prograis or Jose Ramirez. But the massive fight there is Regis Prograis out of them options. That's the massive fight, isn't it? Prograis versus Catterall. That's the fight to make for me. I think that's the fight next for me. I think that's got more money than Ramirez and Amos, in my opinion, as well. And it's a name as well. Regis Prograis is a name as well. And it's a world level fight. It's a world level fight between Catterall and Prograis. Massive fight. Imagine that in the UK. It's a massive fight to have in the UK as well. Or you could have it in the US. It's a massive fight in the US as well. So, but that's what I think will be next for Jack Catterall. And for me, I just think at the moment Catterall's style. But back to the fight, Catterall's style for me was just all one for Josh Taylor then. But this time, Josh Taylor made it more of a fight this time in the rematch, unlike the first fight, where he got lucky to be given a decision. But underrated, I would say, Jack Catterall. I think he is a very underrated fighter, especially with his style. His style is very ugly, isn't it? His style is ugly and awkward for opponents, which is why I'd love to see the Prograis fight. See how Prograis would deal with it. But sweet revenge for Jack Catterall over Josh Taylor. But elsewhere then was early in the morning was Christian Mbaye stop Mark F1 in a flat in 30 seconds of the fight. Just like that. First round stoppage, first round knocked out for Christian Mbaye on Mark F1, which I always thought for me was a complete mismatch in my opinion. I said massive balls to Mark F1 for taking the fight, but for me, shouldn't have took that fight in my opinion, because he's nowhere near Christian Mbaye's level, and that showed in my opinion, and that did show. Christian Mbaye didn't even have time to break a sweat. Mbaye needed only half a minute on Saturday early morning, in Quebec, Canada, to chop Mark F1 down with a phenomenal jab hook to the body. F1 34-1, 24 tails was billed as a legitimate opponent with a solid record, but he only had the chance to throw a small handful of powerful shots before Mbaye's jab hook failed him. And but obviously, what next for Christian Mbaye? As you can see in my notes there, for now, Mbaye is set in order to fight Sergey Demchenko, a man who has given hell too many top middleweights in the past, but seems destined to always come off second best. Now that Demchenko is 38 and has taken huge shots from some of the best punches around 160 and 168, and Mbaye may be fighting him at the ideal time. And I agree with that. I agree with my notes there. I think he is fighting Demchenko at the right time, but Demchenko was probably unlucky not to get the decision against Harry Mondia. So he's no mud. He is no mud in my opinion. So that's the fight to make next for me. Definitely the fight to make next is Mbaye against Demchenko in my opinion. But back onto the Catterall card, where we saw Siobhan Clark finds much needed KO to knock out Ace Solo at the end of 8th round to become the British Cruiserweight Champion. Just when I said Clark needed to quicken it up, because for me, the slow pace was suiting Solo, and for me, Solo was winning the fight. For me, I had it 5-2 to Solo after 7 rounds, because I just felt the slow pace was suiting Solo, and it was frustrating Cheb Clark. But Cheb Clark found that magical stoppage and found a way at the end of the 8th round. Still got to work on for Clark, but the fact that he didn't perform tonight, but found that, obviously, that at the time I wrote it, it was last night. But the fact that he didn't perform, but found that stoppage and still win, not a bad attitude to have, is it? Not a bad attitude to have. And good fight, good test for Clark. It was a good test for him against Ace Solo, because I knew Ace Solo was better than his last performance, where he got knocked out in the first round off Charlie Tire. But that was his levels, let's be real. That was his levels. And so I always knew Solo was better. I think I went for a points win for Clark. I thought Clark would find it tough against Solo. It'd be a tough battle for him. But 8th round, makes it a statement win for Clark. Especially when for me, in my eyes, he was using that fight, in my opinion. He was using that fight. But what next for Siobhan Clark? I don't think it'll be for Dalwari. I don't think it'll be Isaac Chamberlain, because for obvious reasons, they're both with Boxer, and we all know Boxer and Matchroom's relationship at the moment is not really a good one, is it? So I've picked out Jordan Thompson. If Jordan Thompson stays at cruiserweight and doesn't move up to heavyweight, then that's the fight to make next. Obviously, we want why you're champion, but there with Boxer, while Thompson's with Matchroom, and I think it makes sense for me. I think it makes perfect sense. Jordan Thompson is with Matchroom. That's another tough fight. And I think it'll be another tough test for Cheb Clark, in my opinion, Jordan Thompson. Because, again, I still think they're at the same level for me, Clark and Thompson. A bit like Clark and Solo. Like I said, they're at the same level for me. Same with them for me. They're at the same level, Clark and Thompson. Perfect fight to make next, in my opinion. I don't agree with the rankings putting Clark. I think Clark's number 4 in the WBA. I don't know where they're getting that from. Because I still don't think Clark is ready for that world level, in my opinion. I think he is still at the British domestic level for me, Clark. But that will be a great fight, Clark versus Jordan Thompson on a Matchroom show. So up next, then we saw Paddy Donovan on the Catterall card stop Lewis Whitson in round 9. A great stoppage from the ref, in my opinion. The 8th round took it out of Whitson for me. Good effort though from the Geordie, of course, good effort from him. But from round 6, 7 onwards, Donovan started to turn the screw and took Whitson to the centre where Whitson didn't want to go, and that was Donovan's strength for me. It was Donovan's strength for me to have the fight in the centre of the ring. Don't get Lewis Whitson. Lewis Whitson had joy, as I said there in my notes, in round 3 and 4, where he was aggressive, putting that sustained pressure on, backing Donovan onto the ropes, and keep being front-footed on Donovan. But for me, I only gave Lewis Whitson 2 rounds on my scorecard. I thought it was still a bit of a classy performance from Donovan. He had struggles, didn't he? He did have struggles, Donovan. Good fight for him against Lewis Whitson. Good fight for him. And now it's on to that inevitable fight against Lewis Crocker. If Lewis Crocker can do his job against Colin Walker in a couple of weeks' time, then we can get one of the biggest fights in Irish boxing in an Irish barnstormer. It's an Irish barnstormer of a fight between Paddy Donovan and Lewis Crocker, if Lewis Crocker can do his job. And imagine that as a main event on an Irish show. Yes, they it done. Yeah, yes, what Lewis Crocker, that's his job done. And have one of the biggest fights in Irish boxing. And finally, on to another Irishman. We saw David Toye outpoint Francesco Patera. Outside of getting countered by the odd power shot, Toye for me was bottom well, but he still was obviously holding back, as I said in my notes there, holding back on fully committing to his shots, as for me, he was worried at what was coming back. Was always on his way. I felt he was always on his way to a comfortable decision, though. I still think he's still someone who has slight confidence after that Jose Farias defeat. For back-to-back wins, for me, will only get his confidence back, in my opinion. But David Toye, he's in the top 15, isn't he? And I think it will still be a top 15 opposition next for David Toye. I would put David Toye in with either Ricardo Nunez or Claudio Gabriel Danef. They're still top 15 opposition before he faces the real boys, the real proper threat in the top 10, in my opinion. So a suitable opponents for David Toye. Both of them are in the top 15. I even have both of them as the next two fights for David Toye before he takes on the ones in the top 10, in my opinion. So he's someone he's still in that slight confidence for me, David Toye. But to be fair to Patera, he was quite dangerous on counter. With the counter shots, Patera. I did Patera 3 rounds for me. I think I did him 3 rounds, but I think David Toye won the fight for me. So still things to work on for David Toye. Still things to work on for him. But yeah, it's back-to-back wins now, and that should start to get his confidence back as he heads into his next fight, which should be, in my opinion, Nunez or Danef or someone in the top 15. Someone in the top 15 who are looking to break into the top 10. So, but that is it. That is my Josh Taylor versus Jack Catterall boxing review. Thoughts. Feel free to leave your thoughts down below in the comments. Take care, stay safe, see you later, and feel free to leave your thoughts down below. And who do you want to see all the winners fight next? In their next fight. Take care and see you later.